Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Johnbonne's Shack of Shit. Today we're going to be doing Midday Gardens in Spyro Year of the Dragon. I don't know what level I'm going to do first. We've cleared the lobby. There is something I need to do in the previous one, so you guys don't need to remind me, although you may have commented in the previous video. I did read Super Spyro fans' comments. I did enjoy them. I did forget them once more. So I apologise. I do read them, I do enjoy them, okay? I know it's so easy to just give a heart react and then make someone feel like shit because you didn't respond to the comments. But I did see some, and I'll try and remember them and address them as I can. So, yeah. Anyway, on to Midday Gardens. So I need to... Actually, I think we'll go back and do something. We'll wrap up the previous... No, let's not. Let's stay here. We need to do Sergeant Bird's level first. Because we've got to do the sparks bit. I love the water effects there. I've just noticed how good they are. See, they look better from this side of the pond. The water is always bluer. Or less blue in this case, because it looks fantastic. But over here... Oh, God, it looks crap. Ugh! I think it's the shading, actually. I think it's the shade. Yeah. So anyway, so we need to do Sergeant Bird's level, who we freed previously, but we haven't actually done anything there yet. The reason why we need to do that is because we need to go to Molten Crater in the previous bit, and we also need to do Sparks' bit as well. So let's get that done. I need to set the timer as well. There we go, time started. So yeah, so I'm doing two parts today. I really need to get Destiny downloaded, and I need to play Yakuza 0.
If we're going to take on the sorceries.
Not San 0 0, that I originally thought it was. Now, I haven't actually listened to Sergeant Bird yet. So that was a bit shit. Let's have a listen to see the hummingbirds.
Sir, the situation is this. Yesterday, at 1845 hours, the Reignites invaded. We defended as best we could, sir. But without your leadership, we couldn't put up an effective resistance. By 1900 hours, the rest of the squad was captured, and the Reignites had complete control of the base.
The accent is the same, I like that. Oh yeah, I think the audio is going to be a bit off in this video, so I apologise for that. I like Sergeant Bird's movement there. I prefer the original movement, but I'm sure it'll grow on me. I'm not complaining at all. So, the voice actor, the voice actress, voice actor, whichever they prefer, is quite good, but it just feels as though they're just reading off a list, you know? A list of things that happen. It's like as though they're just like, they're at command and they're just reading off a piece of paper, instead of actually relaying this information to Sergeant Bird, there and then. Yeah, all the audio is delayed. At least for me it is. I really hope that this doesn't happen in Sunny Vegas. But if it does, well, it's the Elgato to blame once more. I mean, at least I've got another save file ready. That's good. Well, yeah, I apologise. What the hell's going on with those explosion effects? That's weak as shit. I would expect that from a garage mod video maker, not you know, from Unreal 4 and developers who are paid actual money. I mean, granted, I will give this to devs. They are massively overworked and massively underpaid, but still, come on, you could have done more than that. Jesus. And once more, I can only hope that this is better on the system. On the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro.
Sir, the Reignites had blocked the way out of this next...
Right, I'm not really bothering with listening to the dialogue. The reason is because I just want to get this part done over with, to be honest, because after that disappointing display of shit, I don't really want to make another save file either. So I know it's disappointing, but I just can't be arsed with, doing more than should be necessary. I mean, like, these are my first impressions of the game. I want to film them in earnest, It's just a shame that, Elgato's shit for that right now. Right, so I'm definitely not doing The Godfather 1 and 2 then, on Xbox One and Xbox 360, as my next bit of. Which is a shame, but, well, never mind, eh? So Sergeant Byrd controls quite well, in my opinion. I like the little prints that he leaves. That's kind of cool. I don't think they necessarily match where his feet are facing, but okay. Seems to be more that they're going to the side. Rather, his feet are going to the side, but his footprints aren't. Or fin prints. Some of these enemies used to be playing on before. I love the designs. I think Sergeant Byrd's attack's quite good. Very slow. But I don't remember them being much faster in the original trilogy. I wish I had more to, I really do wish I had more to say, but unfortunately at the moment I don't. There's not really much going on in the gaming news that I've been watching recently. I've already talked about The Division 2 coming out on March 12th or 15th of March for late access. I refuse to call it early access, I don't know. With how common this is starting to become now, no, I don't think that the people who are getting the later experience are getting the proper release. I have to call it late access. I wouldn't say that for a game that's in development though, like a game like a game in early access. Meow Motors was really early access, I guess. But, well, not really early access, as in like it was fucking broken. I mean, like DayZ is early access, but early access to a completely different game, I guess. But yeah, The Division 2 is going out. Look, it's looking good. It seems to fix a lot of the problems that D1 had. Oh yeah, speaking of D1, actual D1, Diablo 1 is on GOG for like $9.99, $9.99. It's about £7 here in the UK. I mean, it's a lot to pay for a game that you might not like, because even if you like Diablo 2, I've heard that Diablo 1's like not aged as well as the second game.
Mission accomplished. It's great to have you back, sir.
Shout out to all the Ryan Lees in the world. Never heard the name like that before. Not even with a hyphen. I'm terrible with these enemies, I really am. Oh shit again! Oh fuck me. I hit 3 times in a fucking row then, Jesus. Right, I really do need to find some health now. I'm not very good with enemies that shoot for some reason. But then again, I think they are designed to be the more challenging ones, I guess. You have to change up your strategy, because I'm so used to charging enemies and just getting into melee range. I think that's the problem. So I've got 4 bombs with me now that I dropped from above with the square button. And I can drop those on the moles here, or whatever the hell they are. Maybe. I don't fucking know. The level is, I mean, this level didn't really have much in the first place, but it seems to be quite well recreated. I have no complaints at all. That's something else I remember. Super Spyro fan was saying the Cloud Spires didn't really look like clouds anymore. It was more rock and stone, and I understand that actually. It's yeah, Cloud Spires didn't look too good, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't really look like Cloud Spires as such. And I think that's quite I think that could be quite a common criticism to have with Toys for Bob's interpretation of the levels. Is that they went completely off the... they completely missed the ball with some of them. I mean, the graphical fidelity is still fine. I still enjoy the theme. But yeah, it is something I have now noticed while I was bringing this save file up to date. Because a lot of these things I do notice, a lot of the comments he points out, I do notice when I'm playing the game a second time round, because the old art are fucking out. The problem with these homing abilities is that you can't really, like, at really close range, you can't lock on to something. Like, look at this. That should have been simple. No. And move right up to it and hope to God that the rocket you're firing, the shot that you're firing from is actually going to hit properly. I need to go back to get those bombs. There's some more things we need to do. So we've slain the Rhinox and we've got the egg for doing that, but now we need to free all the hummingbirds. And we need to destroy these molehills and get the chests open. Now, some of those moles were easier to hit. Oh, shit. Don't want to go down there just yet. That does lead somewhere that we need, but yeah, I completely forgot about that. I knew there was a hole somewhere that we had to bomb out, but I didn't realise it was there. Now, the camera isn't too good when I'm holding a bomb, I'm afraid, so if things look a bit wonky, I apologise. Oh yeah, this stuff is bomb-proof glass as well, so we can't break out. Which I think it would have been an interesting addition if they allowed you to do that. Say if you're going all the way back this way. Unless this way takes you... In fact, I want to test something because this used to work before. Can I... on the lava? Yes, I can! I can float on the lava. Now I've got a bomb in my feet. That's kind of... That's old school RPG stuff right there. That really is. And I love things like that. There we go. Another hummingbird freed. I'm gonna walk my arse all the way around there. There's no way out of here. No. Oh, no. Shit! I bet you are. You slut. Anyway. Moving on. Before I need to take a wank break. Yes. Okay, good. Right. This is probably going to feel like a very, very long part, and I'm probably only going to get like one proper level done. The proper level being... I hate this fucking camera! Enchanted Towers. I think I'll just get that one done and over with, because that's going to consume so much fucking time. And then maybe we can do Country Speedway maybe. I just thought we got Molten Crater to do as well. That would be a good idea to do. In fact, none of the levels are really that great for doing this within the time limit. I might have to do an hour and a half episode. Ah, shit! You've destroyed my bomb again!
Egg from the enemy, sir.
Shout out to all the Roys in the world. You're probably having a better time than I am, Christ. I've got fucking Enchanted Towers to do. Ah, you shithead! Oh well. The death animation already lands in his helmet there. That's cool. I tried rushing it. I'll accept that, okay? Not a fault of the game, but... Fuck. I keep thinking I know better. Oh, no! I didn't want to be back here. Oh, hang on. No, I still stand by that. No! I still don't want to be back here. Well, at least I got all the hummingbirds. I don't have to go back through those little places. I'm not going to bother with the skill point. The skill point is to kill all the moles. There's no eggs, no gems for that or anything like that. It's just a skill point. And if they've respawned, I can't be fucking arsed. I can't. In fact, I don't think they have respawned, but still. I don't know if I even have got the skill point. Bomb the... Oh, the gophers. Okay. The gophers. That used to be a thing, Gordon the Gopher. Don't remember much about it. It's a thing that I can talk about for 3 seconds. I really needed some more news. Bit of an old one, a couple of days old. Amy Hennig has said that... by the way, Amy Hennig is the creative lead of... one of the big names behind the Uncharted games and I think The Last of Us. And she also worked for EA for a time as well. She was saying that that the current games industry work culture isn't really working. As in like having like so many people and specialists and basically hiring and firing so quickly. The industry has way too high turnover rates. Because everyone's so specialised in everything. It's like, take a character model, for example. You have someone who designs the model, then you have someone who does the rigging, you have someone who does the, the texture work, you have someone who does the animations. You know, in the 90s when games were written and things like that, or earlier still, you were the artist, you were the lead artist, the lead programmer, you were the lead sound designer for the most part. You maybe had 3 people on the game who weren't, the programmers and things like that. I mean, now look at CG and Disney and things like that. Those guys, have hundreds, possibly hundreds of thousands of people. Thank God I don't have to go that way again. Right, which way now? Over there. How far over there? I hate this camera! How far over there? Sorry. Up. Alright, I'm going up as fast as I can. God, this is slow. Right, where now? Over there? Okay. So yeah, it's like now you have so many people working in like CG. You've got hundreds of thousands of people working on that. All doing these individual things, and then they're going to get fired at the end of it because there's not that many people needed for so many projects. You only really need them for every once in a while. So I think she was saying, and this was from Game Industry Biz, that maybe that's not working as well as it used to, and that I think that she thinks AAA has to change, which I've agreed with for the longest time now. But yeah, so maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see some changes. I certainly hope so. Games do not need to be more expensive. Not when there's people making one-man projects. I mean, no, I don't expect one person to be able to make an open-world RPG along the lines of Far Cry New Dawn, for example. But I do feel as though, well, we don't always need those games, and we don't need them every goddamn year.
So, we need to rescue the rest of the squad before we can launch...
Okay. So she's not going to let me go through until I've rescued all the people, even though I've already got the egg. Ah, oh, shit. I was just thinking then, I'm not going to mention how smoothly that was going because I knew something would fucking happen. But even then, something still went wrong because I was thinking it. Yeah, because I was thinking it. Yeah, let's just keep to that. Right, I'm going to go down that hole in the ground again just to see if there's any more. Let me just try that portal again. I'm certain that everything's alright. But if I go through there and this fucks up, all of this will be for nothing. And I've got to go through that again and kill all the enemies, and I might have to do that off camera. We shall see. $20 that time. I am not at all pleased with that. Not one bit. So yeah, so I think AAA can be, needs to change so long as one-man projects can exist and do incredibly well. We don't need all these people doing all this.
I've assessed the situation. We need 5 breaks.
Not little, but so few jobs in addition to what their specialisation is. Right, there we go. So we need to get 4 more people to operate the whirligig. It appears as though that as you add more people, maybe the whirligig gets more advanced or more complete, which is a nice little addition. The vehicles do get more interesting as time goes on. I say that there's only one more. You can also replay the boss from there as well, so it's not just like you face the boss and that's it. Oh wait, no, sorry, you can replay the bosses in Spyro 2. You've got to go down that hole in the pit, but here you do it instantly. So you don't have to go back to a single lobby to replay the boss, you can just do it from there. Not that the bosses were too far from the portal, depending on which portal you got. In fact, if I put that there to remind me. It's a bin bag. I need to tidy my room up a bit. Okay, so Zoe's standing here now. She's got a good news for
Spyro,
us.
I found an egg, but only Sparks will be able to reach it. There's a small hole that leads to a crawdad farm. I can take him there if he's ready.
He's not ready just yet because he needs more health. I'm going to be sending Sparks on a little mission. Don't ask me about the camera, Zoe. Don't do it, Zoe. Christ for that. So let's go and do this. Oh no.
Spyro, I found an egg.
A crawdad. What would have been really cool is if they'd actually shown Sparks flying that and then going across. That would have been cool. I would have loved to see that.
Hello, Sparks. Before you take on those nasty crawdads, I should give you some help. To start, let's practice shooting. Press the attack button to shoot these targets. You can also move quickly by pressing the charge button, like Spyro. Use your charge to chase down this fast enemy. Now for the hard part. Being a maneuverable dragonfly, you can also strafe in any direction. To strafe, hold down the roll left or roll right button, then move with the left stick. Try strafing to hit the targets in this room. On your travels, you'll notice butterflies that give you health, just like in the dragon world. Not only that, but some butterflies will give you special powers, though only for a short time. Just eat any power-up butterfly, then press the
Interesting
down
that she
button to
calls
use that
the
power-up.
realm we're in the dragon
Your power-up
worlds,
is
and I thought
shown
it was
in
the
the top
Forgotten
right of the
Worlds.
screen.
Although I do know that the first game was the Dragonlance. So, yeah. I don't really want to help with it just yet. These guys. Okay. Oh, also got 300 rapid fire rounds. Hopefully the.
Deal with these guys much faster if you use a power-up. Just eat any power-up butterfly, then press the jump button.
Oh, thank God for that.
Power-up is shown in the top right of the screen.
I think if I remember correctly, the power-ups were not optional. Before. So satisfying, even now. Yeah, I thought that like it replaced your ordinary
Looks like
attack,
you're ready,
but
Sparks.
that's good.
If you
That's
need
good.
any more guidance, just choose the controls option from the pause menu.
Thank you very much, Zoe, but that won't be necessary. I love the gems up and close. I tell you what, that's one thing I love about this is that the gems look so big. I don't know, there's just something about that. It's so adorable as well. I like the aesthetic as well. Looks nice. So these levels are on every hub world, but there's only one of each, and you won't see these in the actual levels themselves. You know, unlike Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, Agent 9? Agent 0, I think it's Agent 9. Oh, fucking now, I forgot already. I'm an idiot. Again. Oh, Jesus. That's another thing I really hated about the power-ups, is trying to avoid them so you don't pick up excess power-ups. Okay, that door won't open yet. I personally prefer to stay in strafe mode. Oh shit. Allows me to aim better. Now I've got to shoot these boxes because they spawn the enemies. That's quite a common thing in this game, actually, the spawning of enemies. I can't recall a time in Spyro 2 or 1 where that happened. So yeah, I'll pick up this power-up. It's the rapid fire power-up. Oh yeah, and I can't point sparks in the direction of gems in this one, unfortunately, so yeah, so that means we're actually going to have to look around manually, I'm afraid. Some of these enemies are a bit tougher, so they require multiple rounds. Right, that's not ready to be open just yet. That's not ready to be open. Yeah, this now, while I'm in a bottleneck, I don't really want to be using my wide shooting abilities, or whatever the hell they're called. I don't really see much use of the power-ups in these mini games, but it's good to know that they are there and that you've always got a bit of support should things get a bit overwhelming. For variety's sake, right. I will probably need to use them towards the end of the level, because there's a nice little treat there as well. Oh, forgot I wasn't scraping. Good. Is there any skill points here by any chance? Doesn't appear as though there is. I don't want to go that way just yet, because I don't trust that way. I think there's something down there that I'm not going to want to deal with just yet. So, let's have a look around here. Has that force field come down? Yes, it has. And destroying these spawning, these spawn closets means I get some gems. I'm missing 20 gems. Sparks. Ooh, got the rocket power up. I can't remember if these rockets home in or not. I don't know if any of these upcoming attacks are going to home in or not. Let's find out. So, the surprise was a boss. A rather goofy looking boss. And there we go. Who's your crawdaddy? Shout out to all the... Was that Nora? I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention. Shout out to all the Noras in the world. I just remember I've got the window open as well, so if that's causing any more background noise than necessary, I apologise. It's just that I need this room to air out because I spent so much fucking time and I'm just sweating. So that was a bit of fun. I do enjoy the Sparks levels. I do. They're not normally my cup of tea in a game, but I don't know. I think it's just because by virtue of being Spyro, I enjoy it more, and that it's even there. It's
nice
a collectible
work,
thing.
Sparks. You've
It's
beaten the
got
Crawdad
collectibles.
King and found the lost egg. Not only that, but some of the dragon magic seems to have rubbed off on you. Now you can pick up gems when they're even further away from Spyro.
Now, this is one of the reasons why you do these modes, because the dragon magic has rubbed off on you. Now you can pick up gems when they're further away from Spyro. So that means now that we've got a greater gem pickup radius. Which is bloody awesome. I like that. Because sometimes Sparks has a bit of trouble picking up gems in the previous games. So yeah. As I had complained about, especially with foliage and things like that. So now he can pick them up further away. Oh yeah, as well. Oh shit, the level's loaded up. I don't know if I said this before, but I got the Spyro into the Dragonfly strategy guide. It's so wank. It's terrible. Oh my god. It's not at all reading, because it's not at all interesting to read. Because I love reading strategy guides, I do. It's one of my favourite pastimes, and I used to buy tons of them to collect. And I try to get them for games that I really love. And the Japanese ones especially look really interesting, because they have these really goofy 3D models in them. Oh, okay. So no greeting then. I'm pretty sure there was one before. Okay, fine. Right.
I'm playing a game of hide and seek with my friends. If I can't find where they've hidden their heads, they won't let me join the Tiki Lodge. Help me put them back together and I'll make you an honorary member.
Okay. So we're going to lift the heads like we did the bombs. Put them on the bodies. Fairly simple stuff. But yeah, it's like... What's happened? What the fuck happened? I mean, okay, I flew near some birds. Well, did I get eaten? Am I in their stomach? What the fuck happened there? If that's fucked on my record, I'm not going to be best pleased. And Luna, shout out to all the Lunas of the world. I really am sorry if you're sick of the Sergeant Bird theme. You're going to hear it in Enchanted Towers as well, for the entire duration of the level. Yep. The entire level song. Oh, the birds respawn. Well, ain't that just fucking great? I mean, I'm sure they did in the originals as well. I'm sorry, I'm just not in the best mood with this. I love the lighting, I have to say. Now, I think the skill point here with Assemble the Tiki Heads comes from... You've got to do it in a certain order, so I think the heads can go on any body. I knew that was going to happen. I don't know why I bothered. I think the heads can go on any body, but the ones with the glowing above them will hit that switch. The skill point. which I don't think was ever a thing in the original. And if it wasn't, hey, good. There's a bit more replay value to the game. Sparks there picking up more gems for me. And I'm ever so grateful. There we go. I don't know why, it does actually feel better. It shouldn't feel better. It doesn't seem that it shouldn't seem that noticeable, but it is. It doesn't look like a lot of distance, but it makes all the difference, and the reaction time as well seems to have improved as well. So maybe it is a good thing. But yeah, other upgrades. I mean, I think the final one was that you can have sparks point you in the direction of the gems, which sort of exists for completionist stakes at that point. It's endgame stuff. Which Super Spyro fan had pointed out with Dragon's Jaws. Sort of the endgame. It's like the door would be locked until you had so many gems and orbs. So, yeah. Where's this one going? Yeah. I'm really done with that light coming on a bit faster, but that's just... So, we have how many Tiki Boys assembled? It looks to me like all of them.
I'm playing a game of hide and seek with my friends. If I can't find where they've hit...
4, right. I don't know why that one wasn't updating the numbers so quickly, but... Oh well. Because all the other mini-games have. Oh well. Let's carry on. I will confess to you right now, and I should have said this earlier, I have had trouble finding out where to go next in this minigame. Sometimes I get totally fucking lost, and I could spend ages looking around. Maybe I think I'm thinking way too much about this. Like, I'm thinking way too. Alright, sorry, this is some baskets. No, I remember now. Yeah, so those were the first 2 birds I was killing, but I ain't actually gone that way because I thought they were just flying around. Oh well, right. Get this boy. So here's body boy. Ah, there was the other one. I missed him earlier. Yeah, okay. Fine, I'll take
This
that.
egg is a sign of your honorary membership to the lodge.
Shout out to all the Ryans in the world. So we've had Ryan and Ryan Lee, both in Sergeant Bird, mini-games on level.
It's not a bad omen.
45 eggs, we're well on our way to getting closer to completing the game. And we haven't got the last gem. So where is it? Is it inside of this enemy here? Apparently not. Further upon yonder. I've thought of a game that I could do a bit of, and maybe just as a one-shot point. If ever you can find this game, I think it's on PS4, Xbox One, I think even the Switch, and PC. I've said this before, but it's a fantastic platform game, and I would love to show off a bit of that game. I haven't completed it once yet, but I really want to review it one day. It is such a wholesome platform game that has a clear understanding of what it means to be an N64 and PlayStation 1 platform. Unlike so many that claim to. Because I think even games like... I mean, I haven't played too much of Hat in Time, but even that seems to sort of go its own way with that. Although still a worthy homage to N64 and PS1. Sorry, N64 platform games. But yeah. I've seen more people talking about Ukulele as well. I don't know what's happened to it recently, but I've just seen more people talking about it. Especially on Dark Spyro, there seems to be a resurgence in its popularity. I know there was a patch shortly after its release that basically made it play more like a modern and platform game, which in my opinion kind of loses its soul just by virtue of having the option. But at the same time, it makes it a better game. Choices, I know. Continues on Midday Gardens. But yeah, I thought Yooka-Laylee, you know, the original was a very good emulation of N64 games. In fact, you couldn't really be faulted for thinking for agreeing that it was flawed in a lot of places, because that's exactly the kind of problems that existed in old PlayStation platformers. N64 platformers. But was it a good game? In my opinion, no. And I'm not sure if the devs were really going for a 100% accurate N64 game, or if they're going for a 100% authentic one. And I think they were going for accurate, and that was the problem, as the authenticity was most certainly there. How long have we got left? Half an hour. Fuck it, let's get this one done. I hate Enchanted Towers, but I need to get this one done, because if I don't do this one, I'm going to just be delaying the inevitable. There are other levels I really don't want to do either as well. I really don't want to do Spooky Swamp. I hate the haikus. I don't mind Spooky Swamp as such. It's just that part with Sheila.
Those crummy Rhinox forced us to build a statue of the sorceress. Then after we built it, she complained it was too ugly. If you ask me, the statue is far prettier than she is.
So these guys have been changed completely, as well as their voices. Obviously made to look a bit more, I'd say, modern, you know, with the whole latte cut there, but with the hippie shirt, I'm not sure. They looked a lot more like the Idle Springs guys, or the monks from Colossus, if I remember correctly. In fact, no, they didn't no, I suppose they didn't really do that. Oh god, I'm trying to think what they looked like, but I know they had a sort of similar look. In fact, I'm pretty sure those character models will be reused again. Oh yeah, like the guys from Idle Springs and Colossus. I just can't remember where exactly. Oh, fuck you! Right, these enemies are annoying enough by the virtue of floating, and like when you jump, they wouldn't. Oh, they would sort of glide up as well, but they don't here. The towers look beautiful. This looks absolutely astonishing. Have you guys considered working for Blizzard Entertainment by any chance? I would not be surprised if half the artists of Sanzura Games were once Blizzard developers, particularly HOTS or something like that. Oh yeah, I've remembered as well. Blizzard Entertainment have let go of 209 employees of their company, and you can actually see the stat breaks down as well. Like 5 of them were working for on Battle.net, several were working for HR, others were working for IT. I mean, it's alright saying that they were mostly non-game development staff and that it's business as usual, which, well, business as usual isn't good in the first place, in my opinion, God almighty. And to think I was once one of their MVPs. Jesus. For the forums, I mean, that's one of the things. I don't mean like I was a champion at Overwatch or anything like that, God no. But yeah, it's like, I don't believe that it is business as usual. I believe that, oh shit, that when you're getting rid of people from HR, you're reducing the quality of work or the standards. When you're getting rid of people from IT, that's going to affect the server stability. When you get rid of people working on Battle.net itself, you know, that means then that you need to hire more people when you want to add new stuff to it in a relatively short time frame. So, yeah, the news is a bit disappointing, especially this is coming after Activision had let go of 800 people. It's only been a year, and already there's 1,000 people who have lost their jobs with this publisher and developer. Combined, I should say, for full disclosure's sake. That's just wank. This whole thing with the specialists has got to stop. Because I mean, it's alright being good at these things, but the thing is that are these skills really transferable anywhere else? I would certainly hope so. Because I don't know how many companies really need a specialist in this one area in game development as such. It's quite worrying, really, that all these jobs and training are being created and, well, don't actually have any long-term appeal. I would certainly hope that the skills are transferable, or that that the knowledge is transferable, or they can be adapted. Just like the original, with a lot more heft as well. Gotta give it that. Yeah, so the idea here is we've got to destroy this statue of the sorceress. And you may notice there on her scepter she has an egg on the end. In the original, the egg looked a lot more purple. I haven't really noticed it in the cutscenes of this game.
I'm almost ready to reveal my latest piece of real-time four-dimensional performance art. I call it Hideous Exploding Witch number 9. Now, if you can just light the 3 rockets around here, my masterpiece shall be complete.
Interesting, it's 4-dimensional. But yeah, I just certainly hope that these things can be expanded upon and these people will land on their feet. I've heard from a lot of developers that they've got burnt out and they've moved into other sectors in the IT industry rather than just going to other studios. I mean, this is one of the things about people saying, rip BioWare, etc., and, rip Obsidian, rip Bethesda, rest in peace, all this nonsense. But the thing is that those people aren't always going to go and do an Obsidian where they... Where's this other rocket? Oh, there it is. In plain sight. They're not always going to go to these go to other studios or make their own studio.
I hope the explosion didn't hard boil it.
Some just burn out and say, "That's it. I'm on welfare because I need to find a job that's a lot less stressful than this, than IT or than or game development, because it ain't fucking worth it." Very nice fast loading times. Ah, Jesus, we're gonna skateboarding game. Not that I'm complaining. I love this. In fact, I like what they've done. I prefer the original, but my God, does that look good. That looks so fucking good. That is awesome. Sanzura Games, I want you to make a skateboarding game in Unreal 4. Tony Hawk Prostitute. How about that? That'll be fucking awesome. Get the gems. Just gonna grab the gems very quickly so I'm not distracted, and then that's a laugh. I get the gems and then I can continue with the mini games. There's a lot to get done here, and unfortunately, not enough time to do it. So yeah, I mean, like, it's alright saying that. Well, there might, if BioWare if Anthem were to die, BioWare could become the next Obsidian. No, they fucking couldn't. Not after the reception they got. It's like people loved, people loved Fallout New Vegas. That's why they went on to make like their own studio and make their other games. But even then, they didn't get the money to make their dream project. So they had to make do with Pillars of Eternity, which isn't a bad series at all. I'm really not a fan of the battle mechanics, and I can't quite get into the lore. It's a shame because I really like it. I love the setting and I love the ideas. I'm just like, oh, I can't be arsed with this. Oh, God. And it's such a fucking shame. But never mind, eh? But yeah, I don't believe that BioWare could do that. You know? I mean, have a look at what happened to the old Crash Bandicoot devs. They went on to make... they went on to make a studio called Big Red Button. You know what they made? Sonic Boom. Not the good ones by Sanzero Games. You know, Fire and Ice and what the other one, the Mystic shit. You know, fucking hell. But they went on to make fuck that barrel. Fuck it right off. But they went on to make Rise of Lyric. Did Big Red Button, yeah? So it's no good saying that, yeah, they'll become your dream studio. They won't. There's no proof of that whatsoever. God, right. I think what I need to do is I need to... No, don't want to get on the skateboard! Ah, shit. Let's try another approach to this. Determined to get that barrel basket there. Right, so anyway, that should be the entire track clear now of I'll just get these gems very quickly. Oh god, it gives you such a lift. That's the... Oh no! Fuck you, game. Right. Right, seriously, I want to crash because I want to talk to Hunter. Right, thank you. Okay.
Isn't this the wildest skateboard park you've ever seen? Once you've mastered a few tricks, you could really rack up a huge score in this place. What do you say I show you some moves? Let's start with something easy. You can jump off the end of ramps by pressing the jump button. I'll show you how to do it once, then it's your turn.
Oh, it looks just as scripted as it did before.
Okay, now try doing a roll. You can roll in midair by holding down the action button while steering left or right with the left stick.
Okay, I don't need to see him do it. Oh, actually, I should have watched the animation.
Hey, nice roll! Now let's see you pull a flip. Flips are exactly like rolls, only you push forward or back on the left stick instead of left or right.
Although this has a lot more camera trickery to it. Make it look a bit more real.
Oh, you must be a natural! Now let's see if you can pull off a half-pipe spin move. The blue ramps...
Yes, we know all this. You got us to the old animations.
All right, you nailed it! Now let's see if you can do a 900. Get as much height as you can. Spin 2.5 revolutions in the air.
2.5. Okay.
Now that was a 900. I have to admit, you've got some skills.
Score 500. Okay, going down there. And now we get to see him do it.
Wow, you learn really fast. Well, then again, you are being trained by a master boarder. Speaking of which, I was just practicing this nearly impossible new
The nasty
move.
Nork.
The nasty Nork. I had just about pulled it off when suddenly I ran smack into this dragon egg and wiped out. Okay, I made that up, but you can still have this egg.
Shout out to all the Carolines of the world. I've recently got back into Status Quo, so of course all their songs are about a woman named Caroline. So, wait, what was I supposed to do now? Trick skates. Okay, so right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Hunter again, crash the board, so I can talk to him. Because it doesn't stay stationary. I should have mentioned that earlier. It is forced to move.
I think you're ready to try some one-on-one. Want to try a freestyle competition for points?
Yes, absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Whoever scores the most points.
Well, that's me done. And yes, there really is a skate move called the Nasty Nork. It can be done. So like they're all, so a lot of these are named after bosses of the previous games. Like you get to do Crush Gulp, Brook Toe, but you can also do a Nasty Nork as well. In fact, you could have done it in the previous skate map before it even invented it. So nice, fun bit of trivia. Is there actually any? Alright, I got to set the record. So skateboard course 2. Okay, and that gets me a skill point. Now Hunter can get quite competitive. He was, yeah, he did play hard when he was in the original. But yeah, here. He doesn't stand a fucking chance. He says before dying on his friggin' arse. Now, there are some moves that we can do, so let's do some of those. Because there are certain track exclusive points you can get. You know, if they wanted to do online multiplayer, this would have been a cool thing to do. Of players go up against one another. There we are, the Triple Towers. You can get points for this one as well, I think. Yeah, half pipe leap. That's another 1,000 points.
I can't believe it! How did you get so good already? Who knows? Maybe someday you'll even break my course record. Nah. Anyway, I guess I should give you this other egg I found.
Okay, he doesn't think I can beat his course record after getting 10,000 points. But seriously, if you are struggling with these things, the best thing to go for is the Triple Towers, and then
You can go for the course record now if you want.
the half pipe
Whenever
leap,
you
or
want on a
whichever one.
skateboard, a timer will start. Scores me.
And I gotta set the record without wiping out. So I don't know what the record is actually. See if we can do a 900. Ah shit! We did manage to attempt to gulp at least. Ah fucking hell! Okay, so apparently I thought the timer stopped when when you wiped out. I said apparently, no. But apparently, that's what I meant to say, yeah. Apparently, it doesn't go out when you wipe out. That leap there is really helpful. I could have maybe got another one in there as well. But that would have just been unfair. That would have just been too goddamn unfair. Get an easy 1,000 points here. Or whatever comes with it. Shame I can't do anything like kickflip, because that'd be something good to do to rack up points and keep a combo going. I have to give that to the Tony Hawk's games, is that they always found ways to keep a combo going. God, I remember when you actually used to give a shit about combos in games. It's like it like used. I mean, like now, all I'm motivated by is like achievements and shit like that. But back then, it's like I got a 300 combo on this Tony Hawk's, and I didn't fucking film it because we didn't have any ways to film it. Dad wouldn't let me use the camera because I'd break it or something like that, you know. Oh, nice, got credit for it. I'm happy with that. I wonder what the course record is though. Now that I'm fucking about. 10,000. All right then, I'll do 10,000. I'll give you 10 fucking thousand right up the arse, matey. Okay, that didn't credit me for that apparently. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can deal with that. It wasn't really counting for much anyway. I need way more points than that. I need to do things like twist the lemons and limes. Oh god, I'm wiping out like a son of a bitch here. Right, let's get our extra 1,000 points. No! Alright, if I can't do it after this, because I've got a feeling that I won't be able to, I'll accept defeat. I will, honestly, because... yeah, it's like 10,000 points, that's a good challenge. That is a good challenge. I've got to give the game that much. 10,000 points. Yeah. And, oh yeah, also as well, as a bit of inspiration, as something to aspire to, I'd love to try and see people's Spyro records as well. If you've got a record that you remember, I'd love to know about your stories about the skateboarding minigame. That stuff always interests me as well. I could probably find records on YouTube as well to try and beat. I doubt that I would, you know, I'm not into this whole sort of speed running kind of thing, but it would be really interesting to see how people tackle the game. And all the various ways that they do. So I've got 10 minutes left. But we're going to disregard that because I'm going to continue carrying on with the level. Continue carrying on with the level. Anyway. So we've got these little guys to kill as well. If you remember those from Spyro 2, we have to collect the bones as well. And we get to see another wonderful dance from George. Because he makes his return. I don't want to do anything too risky. I was going to go for that balloon. I thought, no. We got Sergeant Bird coming up soon. This shouldn't be too bad if we got Sergeant Bird. Actually, these guys are back. Fuck you. God, I hate it. Okay, right. We'll play as Sergeant Bird. We'll get all the stuff done in the mainland.
The towers and the perimeter of the islands whenever you want me to.
I like how this room's designed. I like the you can see the brick wall behind the portal there as well.
It's good to be back in action.
It's good to be back in action. Sergeant Bird reminds me of a gentleman who sadly passed away, I think, in February. He was from an old British comedy, It Ain't Half Hot Mum. And he used to play the blustering army colonel. And he used to talk like this, and he used to shout at his troops, "All the bloody time!" And it was so funny. I never watched much of It Ain't Our Fault Man. It's a very old comedy, very funny. I say very old, it's back from the 60s and 70s. That really was like the silver age of British comedy in my opinion. And what a time to be alive. I say that like I was alive, and no. Yeah, I was in the 90s, and that's when only Fools and Horses died, unfortunately. Actually, I think it went on to the 2000s, but no, it definitely sort of declined when Dell was starting to lose his hair. Oh, didn't do that. No. Never mind. So I'm just trying to take out all these enemies, and then we'll explore the towers, get all of George's bones, and we'll carry on. Yeah, I said earlier that the silver age of British comedy was in about the 60s. I'm not saying that it was any worse or lesser, but it's like how people say like the silver age of comics. Some people prefer that. I'd say like, like today, like the sort of 80s and 90s was like the golden age of comics. I think around the time of Fawlty Towers and Father Ted and going back way earlier than that, even like with Only Fools and Horses and so many other things. So many things that I think were golden age of comedy, of British comedy. I say British comedy like United Kingdom comedy as well, really, if we count on things like Father Ted, because it was produced by Hat Trick, which was a British company, but it was filmed in Northern Ireland. Because I'm pretty sure it was Northern Ireland anyway. So yeah, I suppose you can argue all day and night if it's British or if it's Irish. I prefer to say it's a British comedy out of habit, but honestly, I totally recognise it is Irish, and all the actors are Irish, the writers are Irish. So yeah, but I won't take that away from them. This fucking camera, it's tied to my movement, which I really don't like at all. But that's only when I'm in the flight. So it's, you aim and move with the same stick. It's like, this is the reason why Bubsy 3D was bad. Above all else, above the textures or the lack thereof, this is the reason why this game sucked. And I know because I fucking played it. I played it. I can't remember if I completed it. I think my mind was too fucked to care. But I honestly tried to give it an honest go. Anyway, rest in peace, the gentleman who was in It Ain't Our Fault Man. I really should watch it. I just don't have the patience, because like, there's only so many characters that I really want to watch. Because the scenes I've watched are funny. The scenarios are good. Yeah. It's also from a different time as well, so there may be some jokes I don't get, or maybe don't quite buzz with me. But yeah. So, and as well, the gentleman, I keep forgetting the names. The gentleman as well who played Richard in Keeping Up Appearances with the Bucket Lady. He passed away as well, unfortunately. He was always good an actor, and he played the long-suffering husband of Hyacinth Bouquet. He was so funny. It's almost a shame that his character did have faults, like he did forget Hyacinth's, well, I think they've got like their wedding anniversary or their birthday, and yeah, he forgot, so he's trying to make that work. Oh dear. But yeah, I want to watch more of it. Again, it's just one of those comments like, I love the characters, love the ideas, love the writing, but I just can't sit down and watch it sometimes. I'm just like, nah. Once I'm in the mood to watch it, I will. This last bone is really pissing me off now, and they always do. Always do. I forgot what the status... Is there actually a status screen at all? Yeah, there. Right, okay, on the pause menu, that's fine. 7 out of 8. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely missing one, then. I know there's one that's, I think, quite low. See, Sergeant Bird can actually go quite low here. Oh, I'm just... Oh, right, okay, I'm just... Oh, glitching out on the floor. Okay. So I can't just sink any lower. That's fine. That's okay. So you got some protection there. That's quite nice. Where's this last thing? Is it low? I can't... Like low on the ground? Was it near the beginning of the game? Where was it? I'm sorry if this is not very good viewing. I totally understand that this is not at all fun to watch, but I can't. I hate this level for this because I've always done this in these Let's Plays. This is twice now this has happened. This is one of the reasons why I don't find Spyro 3 all replayable, because I just cannot sit down and make progress on this one. Which isn't necessarily a problem with the game mode, it's not necessarily a problem with the game. It's just I just don't want to be doing this. I just don't want to... This is not my idea of sitting down and relaxing with a video game. Yeah, I mean, it's fun once, I'll say that much, but I can't do this again. Have I killed it and maybe missed the bone? Is this going to point me in the direction of it? No, it's just going to point me in the direction of the basket. Right, I may have to approach this linear. I may have to... play this as I would Spyro. And try and find the bones that way. In fact, is it here? Is it here? No. I was getting so hopeful then. I just don't know where this last bone is. And it's always in an obvious place as well. It's like it's always like, how did I miss that? How did I miss this zone, this bone, this area? Is it down here, I wonder? Hidden away? Is it on the floor in plain sight? The camera's pissing me off. I'm gonna have to find something else to talk about. I was saying earlier I played Far Cry 5. Loved it. I loved it to bits. About 2/3 of the way in though, I was getting bored. It's like I didn't really care much for any other character besides Jacob Seed. It's like John Seed's my kind of character. The idea that he indoctrinates people through the power of yes. Yeah. He was the most cult-like person, more than Joseph Seed even. He convinced people. He had a personality, and he was basically the personality of the cult, of the Eden's Gate project. And yeah, he convinced his soldiers to do better, I think. Or was he recruiting them? I think he was recruiting them and he was taking things away. But I got to Faith's scene and I was just like, I can't be bothered with this. I can't be bothered with Faith's story. I can't be bothered with the bliss and the slow walking. Fuck that. I just want to be out of this game already. I chose the resist ending, which was bloody good. Oh, that was fun. I've heard the stay ending wasn't too interesting. Yeah, it wasn't too interesting. It wasn't too... good. However, it does feature the song "Only You." There's that ending, which quickly grew on me. It's like I didn't understand like the whole indoctrination thing, or why that song. But I think as I listened on, it's like I realised actually, yeah, it does have some significance, and it is a nice song, "Only You" by the Palettes. I would recommend it, as long as you don't go on a murdering spree or anything like that. I say spree; it's more one person. I'm still clueless as to where to go. I'm gonna have to play Spyro and have a look around because I can't think of where this is. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I really, really am. Because this is unacceptable. But I don't know where else to go. We're now on 1 hour and 20 minutes, I think. I just don't know what to do. I'm looking for this last fucking bone, and it should be in plain sight. I may return as Spyro and just look around because if I get that gem as well, maybe it'll point me to the gem, the bonus of the gem. I don't know. I'll return as Spyro. Let's see
I'm ready
where
to
I'm going
control
wrong.
the towers. I'll be hit.
Right. That's better. I can move faster. I've got the camera. Right. Let's go back to the beginning. I need to start from there. I need to think, right, there's an area that I can't access and I need to know why, okay? It's like, well, it's similar to Sergeant Bird. So I need to find that area. I need to find that thing that makes me go, I can't get there, and I want to. Because sometimes you can actually see the creatures with the bones quite easily through the little the doors. Right, I'm going to go through the level again. Take my time looking around. But yeah, I enjoyed Far Cry 5. I think it really does improve on a formula that I got so tired of because I hated Far Cry 4. I couldn't stand it. It's Far Cry 3, but significantly worse in every way. I couldn't think of why I should even bother. I hated Pagan Min. I mean, not in the way. In fact, now I say that it's like if I actually kind of liked him, but only because, and I think only because I obeyed his commands at the beginning of the game when he says just wait here. I waited for 12 minutes and he returns, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Well, I mean, something else happens afterwards. He doesn't kill you or anything, but he gives you an ending that's like, you know what? I paid about 20 quid for this game. I'm fine with that. That ending is fine. I'm perfectly happy if that's canonical, or if that... I don't even need to play the game any further, because that's the best ending ever. And I would have had more fun playing that as the video game. Just going around, mopping up the remnants of the mistakes that is allowed to happen, than actually being part of those mistakes and following the story and liberating strongholds and things like that. I wasn't interested in the enemies, I wasn't interested in the progression. There was nothing that really sort of kept me going. The reveal trailer was okay. It's like, again, it was trying to be Vass again, and I think that's the problem. They tried to be this cruel person who, you know, suddenly whips out a knife and then kills someone because, oh, that's their character. But that's the thing, that's Pagan Min's character, essentially. Which I didn't really like at all. In fact, I think I don't know if it's right at the top there. Should I leave this and come back later? Maybe. Maybe I should just get on with the other minigame. Maybe that's where the bone is. But yeah, Far Cry 5, great game. I loved how it was totally non-linear. It was definitely a theme park game. You can choose wherever you want to go in what direction. Start any missions you want to. You don't even have to do the story missions. You can make progress by doing anything you would normally would to harm the cult. It's just a shame that, like, quite a few of these games, it doesn't really talk about how these people were once your employees or your manager, how they were your mechanics, how they were your butchers, your bakers, your candlestick makers, your tinker tailors, soldiers, sailors. They're just robots, essentially. There it is. Why did I miss that one? How did I miss that one there?
I was going to keep it as a souvenir, but I...
Shout out to all the raffles in the world. Fuck this. I'm not bothering. Can I even... No, right, I've skipped it. Good. Sorry, but I'm not pissing about with that anymore. I can't spend all day uploading a 2-hour video. I need to get this done as soon as possible now.
I was playing catch with my pet wolf, Farley.
Right, help the pet wolf. Wait, hang on.
I was playing catch with my pet wolf, Farley.
Alright, okay. Don't cry, wolf. Never cry, wolf. Okay, so this is Farley here. He's got a ball for us to throw. I like the character model. I like how they made a new character model for him rather than just, reskinning George to snail level. Quite a few Georges in the game, I think. Okay, so, there's the ball here. And now, he has actually the stairs from this one. Now, upon seeing this ferocious beast, they're running around scared of Farley the wolf. After all this frustration, it still does make me laugh. Now, where's the ball gone? Oh, Christ, he's got it. Okay, some enemies run around in fairness. Is it supposed to be a ball of anything? Wait, does it has a face on it? Oh shit. I'm sure one of you can tell me what it is. So I'm going to stand on here, and I've got to remain stood on here so that he can get his ball. I need to glide across. Now that's happened. Nice little platforming puzzle. There are a few here that are quite good. I just hope I don't struggle on this one. It's relatively simple, but still. So let's just try to figure out how it works. So stand on there. Ah, yeah, to get him to stand on there. So get him off there. There we go. Ah, shit. Move him away. But now I need him back on that switch. Oh, come on! Lied, you piece of shit. Oh, no! Hover! I don't know why the devs have put in this stupid mechanic whereby if you press triangle prematurely, well, by their definition, prematurely, then they fuck you over. They just cancel the hover. to God, that ladder don't where it needs to be. Nope, apparently didn't. Right. Is there an option for this? Sorry, I was just having a look there. Okay. Let's see if it changes in the retro controls. No, it doesn't. And now I'm certain that this wasn't in the previous games, because if it was, I'm certain. What's going on? I'm certain I would have remembered. What? Right. Oh, is he stuck now or something? Jesus. I need him to stand on here so that platform remains raised and I can get up there. And I can't move him. So what, do I have to die? Let's try and chuck the ball over there. Is it going to leap back? Or is it... Right, so where's the ball gone? Right. Well, he can't move. He's stuck up there. Right. I've got to die then. I can't think of any other way to reset this unless I went all the way back to the portal and went back. Which I can't remember if that's even possible. I don't care, rightly. Very quickly check my battery. Yeah, I've got plenty of battery, okay. I apologise profusely that this episode is so long and that I've been incredibly frustrated. But I only have so much tolerance for bullshit, and I knew that I've always hated so many facets of this level. It is seemingly worsened by the bugs. I didn't fire the ball there, Farley. That is why I had placed it specifically near the switch, not on it. Oh, what now? So what, is it not worth fetching because it's too close? I mean, he seems to be attempting to make a move. But I don't know what to do. I mean, he's just stuck there. Let's try and bring him down and see if I can get him to chase the ball. Right, so he has moved somewhere. Yeah, okay, so he's moving now. Good. Okay. I mean, something's telling me that I'm not doing this puzzle right, but I'm fairly certain I am. If I get him off the switch, that means that that pillar comes down. I stand on it, then he stands back on the switch when I throw the ball there, it goes up, and I hit that switch. He's returning to the... Shit! Okay, so he'll return to the platform when I throw the ball. Okay, good. What I needed to know. Oh, when he goes for the ball, that is, which is not always. I have to do it quite close. But not so close that he won't move. Thank Christ for that. Tell me this is over. Tell me this is over. Well, that's close enough. Thank God this is the last part I'm doing today. So that level was made worse by the Reignited Trilogy. The entire level just feels worse. Graphically, it looks amazing. Not a big fan of these guys' designs.
Chewing on it, and it's kind of slimy. Oh well, it's the thought that counts, right?
Shout out to all the Lisas of the world. Or Lisas. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it was right the first time. Somehow I don't think Lice is going to be a name that's going to be very popular. Right, so we're finally done. Christ for that. I really don't want to play this any longer than I have to now. So, let's head back home. In the next part, we will likely be doing Spooky Swamp, Icy Temple, I think it's called, and maybe Bamboo Terrace. We've also got Country Speedway to do, the boss, and Sparks' level as well. So yes, hang on, cutscene. We can have a bit of fun with this one. See some more character development.
Fifo. Oh, well, oh, shoot. Fiddly-fo, grow! Gabling-gablo-gabang!
We should help her.
You're kidding, right? She nearly toasted you.
Yeah, but she was aiming at you.
That's it. No problem. It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
Oh, sure you can.
Would you like me to show you?
Out of magic, huh? How about I give you a jump start?
I'll deal with you later.
Hey, why'd you have to scare her off?
So, there we are with another cutscene done. I must admit I do like the cutscenes that play. Bianca doesn't do much for me, and neither does Reignited Hunter, but I have to say I do enjoy the effort, and I definitely like the cutscenes in Spyro 3, the original. So, yeah. Anyway, in the next part we might be doing Spooky Swamp, we might be doing Bamboo Terrace, or Icy... Was it Icy Temple? I'm not sure. I want to go and look. I'm sorry for the procrastination. Icy Peak, that was the one. Icy Peak. So you can go there. Oh god, there's even more joys to come. So again, I apologise profusely for my previous rants. I don't apologise for pointing out bugs and glitches. I don't apologise for being frustrated with those. But I do apologise for wasting your time. Thank you so much for watching. I will be taking a break probably this week. And let me check my calendar because I need to know what days I'm going to be recording. I think in about 2 weeks' time I will not be doing any recording. Yeah, so on the week of the 25th I won't be recording. So I'll try and do as much as I can next week on the 15th, on the week of the 15th, and try and get much done there. So thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I will see you later. Ta-ta for now.